Greetings, my dear friends. I am truly honored to have this precious moment with you today. Allow me to begin with a simple yet profound question that I believe resonates deeply with many of us. Have you ever stopped to wonder why, as we grow older, the pursuit of happiness feels heavier, as if life's simple joys become harder to grasp? What if I told you that the secret to a more peaceful, contented, and fulfilling life lies not in doing more, but quite the opposite, in learning the art of doing less, of letting go, and embracing a little laziness where it truly matters? Now, please stay with me, because what I am about to share may just change the way you see your golden years. You see, here in the United States, where the culture often glorifies productivity, achievement, and constant striving, we older folks carry invisible burdens placed on our shoulders by society, family, and even ourselves. We have spent decades proving our worth through hard work, raising families, building careers, and meeting endless expectations. But there comes a time, my dear friends, when true wisdom teaches us that happiness is not measured by how much we accomplish or by the approval of others. Rather, it is found in knowing what no longer serves us and having the courage to set it down. Let me take you through 5 liberating realizations that I have gathered, not just from personal reflection, but backed by social science, psychology, and the shared experiences of countless elders like you and me. These lessons may sound simple, but they carry the power to transform the quality of our days. First, the less you worry about what others think, the more genuinely joyful and free you will feel. Now, I have lived long enough to see people from every walk of life waste precious years chasing the approval of others, neighbors, relatives, society at large. And let me be honest, my friends, it is exhausting. The truth is, as we age, we begin to realize that most people are far too busy with their own worries to judge us as harshly as we imagine. That fear is mostly in our minds. Social media, especially here in America, adds fuel to this fire. Platforms like Facebook, Instagram, and TikTok create illusions of perfect lives, making us feel that we are falling behind. But behind those perfect photos lie struggles, disappointments, and insecurities, just like our own. Psychological studies, including those conducted by the American Psychological Association, have proven that people who focus less on external validation experience lower levels of anxiety and depression. They sleep better, laugh more, and live longer. As we grow older, we earn the right to stop caring so much about what others think and start focusing on what truly makes us happy. There is a quiet dignity in dressing how we like, speaking our minds, and choosing activities that nourish our souls instead of impressing others. Which brings me to the second realization, a powerful one that many of us learn too late. The less you try to maintain forced relationships, the more peaceful your life becomes. Throughout our younger years, we are taught that every relationship must be saved, no matter the cost. We are conditioned to think that if a friendship or family bond is breaking, it is somehow our fault, and we must fix it. But life teaches us that not all connections are meant to last forever, and forcing them only drains us. Look around, my friends. Have you noticed that those who seem happiest in their senior years are not surrounded by large crowds, but by a small, cherished circle of people who truly care? Researchers at Stanford University, through their groundbreaking study on socio-emotional selectivity, found that as people age, they naturally focus more on emotionally meaningful relationships rather than superficial ones. This is not loneliness. It is wisdom. It is knowing that time is precious and should not be wasted on one-sided relationships. It is about choosing peace over pretense. I encourage you to think about the people in your life. Are there relationships you maintain out of guilt or habit rather than genuine love? If so, perhaps it is time to gently release them, with gratitude for what they once were, but without obligation to keep carrying them forward. You see, my dear friends, real relationships should not feel like a burden. They should uplift, not drain. And this reflection leads naturally to our third, equally liberating truth. The less you exhaust yourself trying to change others, the happier you become. Now, how many of us have spent years, perhaps even decades, trying to change our children's choices, our spouse's habits, or our friends' behaviors? We offer advice, we plead, we worry ourselves sick, thinking if we just say the right words, everything will change. But the reality is, people change only when they are ready, not when we want them to. It took me many years to understand this simple truth. Trying to fix others is like trying to control the weather. It is impossible and leaves you feeling powerless. Studies published by Harvard Medical School confirm that letting go of the need to control others significantly lowers stress hormones in the body and improves overall health. You sleep better. Your blood pressure stabilizes. You feel lighter because you are no longer carrying burdens that were never yours to bear. Instead of trying to change others, imagine what life would feel like if we poured that same energy into caring for ourselves, our hobbies, our well-being, our spiritual peace. What a beautiful gift that would be in these precious years we are blessed with. Now, my dear friends, allow me to share the fourth realization, a painful but necessary one. The less you chase after people who do not value you, the more serene and dignified your life becomes. I know many of you have experienced this, because I have too. You make the call, you send the message, you try again and again, only to feel invisible, unimportant, forgotten. But let me tell you something from the bottom of my heart. You should never have to beg for a place in anyone's life. If someone does not appreciate your presence, your kindness, your love, then chasing them will only steal your peace. According to the Pew Research Center, older adults in the United States report higher levels of emotional well-being when they focus on a small, meaningful circle, rather than trying to maintain large networks of shallow connections. We must remember that being valued is not about how many people know us, but how deeply we are known by the few who truly care. Sometimes, letting go is not giving up. It is honoring your own worth. And when you do, something miraculous happens. You create space for the right people to walk in. Finally, my dear friends, the fifth and perhaps most profound realization. The less you try to control every aspect of life, the happier and more at peace you will be. We have been taught that if we plan enough, work hard enough, and try our best, we can shape the world around us. But life has a way of humbling us. Illness strikes without warning. Careers end. Children grow up and choose paths we never imagined. The more we try to tighten our grip, the more life slips through our fingers. But when we release the need to control the uncontrollable, we discover something extraordinary, a deep, unshakable peace. Medical research, including studies from the National Institutes of Health, shows that acceptance and mindfulness in old age reduce the risk of heart disease, improve mental health, and even extend lifespan. The happiest elders I know are not those who fought hardest against every twist of fate, but those who learned to flow with life, trusting that even the storms will pass. They embrace imperfection. They forgive more easily. They laugh at what once seemed unbearable. And in doing so, they find a joy that no amount of control could ever bring. So, my dear friends, as we draw this heartfelt conversation to a close, I invite you to reflect deeply on these lessons. True happiness in our golden years does not come from pushing harder, pleasing everyone, or trying to fix what is broken. It comes from knowing what to let go of. The worries, the need for approval, the forced relationships, the impossible task of changing others, and the illusion of control. Perhaps, just perhaps, it is time to give yourself permission to be a little lazier, not in loving, not in living, but in carrying burdens that no longer serve you. There is profound wisdom in knowing where to invest your precious energy and where to simply let go. Now I humbly ask you, what are you still holding on to that weighs you down? What could you release today that would make room for more peace, more joy, more life? If you have found even a glimmer of truth or comfort in these words, I warmly invite you to like, subscribe, and share this message with someone you care about. Leave me a comment below. I would truly love to hear your thoughts, your stories, and your reflections. Together, let us create a community of wisdom, respect, and kindness, where we walk lighter, laugh easier, and embrace the beautiful simplicity of life. Thank you for being here. Until we meet again, may you find peace in your days and joy in your heart.